Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. Home court advantage goes to the Warriors playing here at the Oracle Arena. All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Harris, and it's Drummond in at the 5. And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Curry kicks to Barnes. Just 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Morris. To the paint. Here's Caldwell Pope. Pistons keep it alive. Morris, no good. And so it's Golden State with it. It's a 3-point game. The offensive rebound. And the dunk by Barnes.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
Here's Curry, following the score by Reggie Jackson.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and you can see right there why he does.
It's Drummond, high post. Bogut on him. Drummond passes to Jackson. Drummond dishes to Morris. Pass to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. Just 4 to shoot. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lows.
Here's Caldwell Pope. No good from outside. Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Curry against Harris. Pulls up on the wing. Another miss by Curry.
And, you know, those giant lulls were a big part of the Pistons' season. I mean, their biggest losing streak was 13 straight losses, and a lot of that you attribute to their defense.
Thompson for three. Detroit's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope. Great tee that time from Green. Here's Curry with the three. Another miss by Curry.
And the Pistons also went into a slump after they traded for Reggie Jackson. 1-9 after the trade deadline. That they would end the season on a better note, but truly they were streaky last season.
And that one's good.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Here's Drummond. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Pistons shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. That free throw missing. And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Then for the Pistons, Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Marcus Morris. Johnson comes in for Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Warriors trailed by 3. And he jams it with authority.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher. There's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage.
Here's Drummond. And good as it just snugs right down through the net. .50 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Ezeli. Cannot hit. Good D by Drummond.
It's still early, but they've started to establish themselves on the glass here.
Yeah, scrappy, Clark, for each and every rebound. They are not backing down. And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Detroit. Iguodala gets the bucket. Baines dishes to Meeks. On the wing, Jackson. He's got 5. And that one's good. Jackson's got 7 points in the game.
I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Here's Ezeli. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. The Pistons on top, leading by a point. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California. Either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And what stands out to you from the Pistons so far in this one?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Here are the 5. Detroit has to start the second quarter. Jackson and Caldwell-Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Harris in the small forward position. It was the season of destiny, and the Warriors certainly followed through. Clark, the best team in the league all year, and they finished the job beating the Cavs in the finals.
And they were on a mission from the get-go. They would become another team to win 65 games or more and win the finals. Impressive work.
Whoa.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game. And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Morris. Puts it up from 12. And Detroit again with the bucket. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Here's Spates. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Spates has got his first bucket in this one. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, GA, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here.
And guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Some changes for Golden State. Bogut comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Klay Thompson in for Ian Clark. Detroit leading by 3.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost +15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they won it.
Morris kicks to Drummond. Feeds it to Jackson. Out to Harris. Caldwell Pope pass to Drummond. Caldwell Pope dishes to Drummond. Just 5 to shoot. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Detroit?
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
3 on 3. It's Curry outside. Will not go. Still looking for his shooting rhythm as he misses his 7th shot of 10. Offensive rebound. Drummond. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent him, GA, from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Warriors trailed by 3. Oh, and a dunk by Barnes.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one. Although, if he missed it, I might have.
The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And he can't get the first one. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs from 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Thompson for 3. That one falls, coming off Iguodala's feet. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now here's Drummond. He's guarded closely. Stolen away. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Stolen by Thompson. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And the Warriors with some changes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And Ian Clark subbed in for Sean Livingston. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Detroit.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
There's the pick. Iguodala. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. We've got 33 seconds left in the first half. Here's Iguodala, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Clock at 4. Detroit needs to get off a shot. That shot by Caldwell-Pope, no good.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won.
And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Warriors lead by 5. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough ones.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but, you know, you never know. It could be a special night for him.
The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the point guard.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
There's the triple. Curry with another miss.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Passes it to Caldwell-Pope. Feeds to Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Curry. Here's Jackson. The Warriors pull it in. Bogut's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And Drummond kicks to Caldwell Pope. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement. And, Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
For Detroit, they have missed more than they have made at the foul line tonight. 3 of 7.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
If you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
And here we go with Curry running it up the court.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looks like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Bogut with a screen on Jackson. Jackson against Curry. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Thompson misses.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the defense has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull that trigger. You've got to be in his face and not give him any space.
And you can see, Clark, that he has garnered the attention of the defense here. They are not going to allow him to get those kinds of looks.
That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. There's 18 seconds left in the third. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down now to just 9 on the basket from Baines.
I'd like to see him use a little clock here.
I agree with you. Milk the clock with this possession. That's what they've got to be doing.
The Warriors have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. He's off on the first.
At the line for your Warriors, Maurice Bates.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Meeks. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. That's good.
You always hear about chemistry. That's a perfect example, knowing where each other is at all times.
Here's Green. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Warriors ahead, up by 10. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And the final period of play just about to start. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Spates. And the shot is long.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Out of bounds, Pistons balls. Detroit keeps possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Barbosa's checked in. Drummond. It's deflected. And here's Iguodala outside. They get it again. Barbosa kicks to Livingston. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Tries yet again. Wide open. Now the dish to Barbosa. And again, no good by Golden State.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Nice ball movement by Detroit. It's stolen by Green. Here's Iguodala. And it's good. Fought through contact. It's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
So Stan Van Gundy is going to talk to his team here. Timeout.
Now, you know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Stan Van Gundy said to the team. He told them that they simply have to step up, saying if we don't make a move now, it's going to be too late. Give them everything you've got. Kevin?
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Dishes it to Caldwell Pope. Drummond passes to Jackson. And he uses the glass on the layup. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond.
3 points.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Green with a screen for Curry. Cans it from downtown.
And he's caught fire from long range here in the second half.
Jackson with it. Picked up by Thompson. Three-pointer. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
One made three formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Jackson. It's good from long range.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Timeout called the Warriors. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range. Rebounded by the Pistons. Morris has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Offensive rebound. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter.
They got off to a nice start, a good start in the first half. But they've fallen off a bit here in the second half, and I'm not quite sure why. Maybe they just need to pick up the intensity a bit. You know, this half hasn't been as successful for him as the first. He's having difficulty getting it to fall.
Thompson for the triple. And he gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 10.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Morris outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And they've controlled the boards, and that's a big reason why they're controlling the lead.
Yeah, they've brought the sandpaper edge to their attack, really fighting and scrapping inside. A lot of grit and grind with these guys.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means.
Welcome to a jam-packed arena here in Oklahoma City. We've got the Detroit Pistons facing Oklahoma City. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports as we get set to bring you some terrific NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Harris in the small forward position.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be. Remove all doubt on that attack.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
Drummond. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Pistons shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season. They're making progress, but as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late, but you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's Durant missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Now, here is Morris. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his first foul.
And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
And he was camped in just the right spot to swipe that pass away down low.
Outside Westbrook. Screened by Ibaka. It's Westbrook with the drive. Clock is at 3. Roberson. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Randy Foye, he's checked in for Andre Roberson. Here's Jackson. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Feeds to Foye. Inside. And Adams with the slam.
A long windup and a strong follow-through on that one-hand jam.
He's not going to mess that one up for sure.
I sure hope not.
And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Foye. Durant's got his first points in this one.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Westbrook. And he goes in for the dunk.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
And Adams kicks to Westbrook. There's the 3. And it's Foye missing. Pistons trailed by 4. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket. Caldwell Pope's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
You know, guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you play with. And, Greg, this mismatch gives him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
Yeah, okay.
The Pistons making a change here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Morris. Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell Pope.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Jackson can't get that one to fall. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. It's Durant with the drive. And he uses the glass on the layup. Durant's got 7 points.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Jackson kicks to Meeks. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Got it up. And no good trying to get that one. And that concludes. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, looking at what you've seen so far from the Pistons, what do you think?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second quarter. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5. Jackson passes to Drummond. Here's Caldwell Pope. Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown.
Man, those aren't legs of this guy. Those are like springs.
Holy smokes. Almost superhuman.
Guys, he can really elevate. That we know.
Now here's Durant. He's got 10. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Just a bit of an up-and-down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lows. I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Durant against Morris. And Westbrook, here we go. Some solid defense from Harris.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
To the middle. Here's Durant. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
For the Pistons, Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Morris. Johnson comes in for Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell Pope.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Detroit making a switch here. Baines is checked in. It's Durant with the drive.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Nice way there, guys, to finish up that possession.
Here's Baines. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Thunder.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And also like the attack off the bounce. I mean, they're taking the initiative here in terms of getting into the lane and forcing the defense to collapse.
Well, and their offense scorching now. Red hot. They've really turned it on.
I just don't know if you can play any better offensively, making it look easy out there.
Tolliver. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and two shots coming up.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And that one's good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's Meeks. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Now here's Durant. He's got 22. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Here's Tolliver. And that one comes up a bit short.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
It's deflected. It's stolen by Adams. Passes to Foy. Durant with it. And we're through the first half of basketball here in what's been a good one. Thunder lead by 1. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Look who's coming out of the court. It's yours.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
I'll tell you what, he put together an entire highlight reel in that first half alone. Just a collection of spectacular dunks.
An explosive display it was, fellas. They might have to get the backup rim ready if he keeps attacking the hoop like he did before the break.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he's playing just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive.
Oh, wow.
It's a beautiful jam.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they've matured in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, the Thunder really hung their hat on their defense. Top 10 in opponents' field goal percentage.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Stolen by Durant. To the inside. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rebound by the Pistons.
You know, when you look at the Thunder and their defense, it starts with the length they have on the perimeter. It also helps to have rim protectors backing them up on any drive. That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Here's Morris. That one's off. Still out of sync.
And a final note on the Thunder defense. A lot of it is a mentality. They have guys that aren't scared to challenge shots. And they're a solid group that knows how to play tough team defense. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And Ibaka slams it in.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And that is good. 9 points for Reggie Jackson.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Waiters dishes to Durant. The feet to Westbrook. From deep three-point range.
You don't want your best shooter heaving up that shot.
Exactly. Even the top three-point specialists in the league would probably catch heat for taking that shot. You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And guys, anytime it's real tight, you're looking for something that could be potentially a momentum builder. And that's exactly what that play looks to be.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Detroit making a switch here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Marcus Morris. Johnson, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Jody Meeks in for Reggie Jackson. Well, with Coach Stan Van Gundy, it was a very successful first year in Detroit. He's a guy who's going to build around defense. That's been his MO.
And Van Gundy has always been a defensive first type guy, Kevin. I mean, the last 30 years, he's has probably the best defensive efficiency for a career as a coach. And his teams always play with great emphasis on that side of the ball.
1:35 left in the third quarter. And now Harris running the floor all by himself.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
And Waiters kicks to Durant. And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher, there's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage. Westbrook
passes to Durant. Another shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
As I said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement, and Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assist and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
And he dunks it down.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far as say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
How about, guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
15 seconds left in the third quarter. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
Ah, that's bringing it down hard. Clark,
Yes,
bringing it down
sir.
hard,
Yes,
my
sir.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
I think he just sees some things that can be improved and wants to get everybody back on the same page.
And usually that, to me, is a good use of the timeout. I mean, if there's something that he's noticed that can give his team a lift, I think he's got to try to take advantage of that.
The points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Thunder out in front. They're up by 7. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Andre Drummond is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Harris in at the small forward. Westbrook dishes to Durant. And stolen by Drummond. Inside. Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Jackson.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Knocks it loose. Jackson against Westbrook. Durant for 3. And that comes off the assist by... Russell Westbrook. And now an 11-point Oklahoma City lead. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, we don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug. Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Here's Westbrook. It's Durant on the wing.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. Uses the glass to drop it in. Durant's got 45 points.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark. Really tough for this group right now, trying anything to stop the run.
And no matter what they've tried, it hasn't worked. I think they've just got to slow it down, idle it back, and get back to the basics.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, but they have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And here are the Thunder now. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Well, you look at the roster of the Thunder from last year, Clark, they knew how to build from within.
Well, last season's roster, everybody but one player was either drafted or acquired via trade. That's a rare combo in the NBA.
We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Shots good by Baines. Baines has got 9 points here in the second half.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
It's Durant with the drive. Westbrook kicks to Durant. They get it back. There's the screen. And Durant gets double teamed. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And Detroit was a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Durant hits them both. Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15 and 29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Thunder.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Kevin Durant. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
That's his second personal foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
Detroit making a switch here. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Johnson comes in for Marcus Morris. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Steve Blake is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Durant attacking. And he jams it with authority.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
Stolen by Westbrook. Durant kicks to Waiters. From outside the arc. And it's Durant, that time on the assist by Waiters. Durant's got 55.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
that cover. I be going hard, I'm going hard. I just hit them all. You just swipe the card, I'm with a couple Latin. I just do you other guys telling lies, homie, free money. AG, you pay me, swagging in my saline. Judo coupe Mercedes, I am too much for you busters. I don't trust them. They won't play me for no sucker, play me for no paper. Make my thumper. Alpha Zeta Omega, better know I'm really on it. Driving better on it, money is involved. Better know I'm on it, and that's wording to my mother. Gotta get it one way or another. I put that on my brother. I'm out here on the come up, but it's same old, just a different day. Out here trying to get it each and every way. Mama need a house, baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard. Guess what I'ma do? Hustle, 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 hard, hustle, hustle, hard, hustle, hustle, hard. Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard.
Do you recall, not long ago, we would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember, all we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. What will we do when we get old? Will we walk down the same road? Will you be there by my side, standing strong as the waves roll over and the nights are long? Longing for you to come home. All around, the wind blows. We would only hold on to let go. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on.
Being on some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you so, but still so down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keeps scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some that she don't wanna see. she ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, the six ain't friendly, but that's where I lay up. Lay up. I been Steph Curry with the shot, been with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the is, boy? OVO, man, we really with boy. Yeah, really with the. I should probably sign a hit, boy, cause I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you gotta chill. I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in Nico basement, working on the phones. Either that or drive the money mark to make the pickups. Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture. Comeback season in the works and now I'm thinking bigger. I got 40 in the studio, every night, late night. Gotta watch it, don't wanna make them sicker. That's my oh Lord, got a whole lot to show for it. I mean, we could really get it, we could go for it. I'm just here for the Bucks and the Billies. Don't make me one of the ghosts for it. I run it, they like go for us, run for us, run for us, go for us. Yeah, I mean you already wrote for us. What's one more quote for us? Oh Lord, who else sounded like this? They ain't made me what I am, they just found me like this. I was ready. I've been ready since my dad used to tell me he would come into the house to get me. He ain't show. Valuable lesson, man, I had to grow up. That's why I never ask for help. I do it for you, then do it for myself. I go 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. 0 to 100 real quick. Real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on that real. Yeah. The other night, Lavishly told me that I'm all these people listen to. She said they love me unconditional. Imagine how I feel to watch another at the top. You know that if you wasn't you, you would be dissing you, dog. Okay, from that perspective, I see what you talking about. No way to soften that. Cause me, I was trying to find out where I lost them at, but maybe I ain't lose them at all. Maybe I keep moving forward and they're just stagnant, they ain't moving at all. But when they need a favor, who do they call? Maybe I'm searching for the problems, asking what was said and who was involved. Too focused on people's feedback and proving them wrong. They say the shoe can always fit no matter who for this song. These days feel like I'm squeezing in them. Whoever won before just wasn't thinking big enough. I'm about to leave them with them. Cause if I run the game in these, man, the seams are splitting. No pun intended, but they smelling defeat in the air. Headed where nobody took it, who meeting me there? They tell him that he talking crazy, but he doesn't care. Being humble don't work as well as being aware. Listen up, boy, you better off eavesdropping. We already got spring 2015 popping. P&D dropping, reps up P dropping, Magic Jordan dropping, Obi dropping, not to mention me dropping. Feel like we paid the refs off, man, we fixed the game. Me and Noel been at it before Twitter names. Yeah, been on the move like the lease is up. And I can't even name one person that's keeping up. How I was in the past tense. Ask yourself, how do we match up now? Cause I'm only 27 and I'm only getting better. If I haven't passed you yet, watch me catch up now, for real.
Let's go!
like Nikki gone and it over. Say she roll with me, she.
Hello and thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Houston Rockets here at home, and an interconference matchup should be a good one. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Tobias Harris is out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5 spot. And slam dunk by Harris.
Come on now, young fella. Watch out. You might bring that whole basket down on top of it.
I didn't think he was ever going to let go of the rim.
I tell you what, though, you might as well enjoy the moment. Make it last just a little longer.
Well, last season, the Pistons didn't reach the playoffs for the 6th consecutive season, but they're making progress. But as we can all see, still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you know, they were spoiled for a while there. How about going to the playoffs for 1996 to 2009? So it's been a rough stretch here of late. But you get the feeling that the building blocks are in place for another push.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverley. That's his first foul. Here's Caldwell Pope. Offensive rebound. Morris with the bucket.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin. And I bet most people forget that the Pistons did make the playoffs for 8 straight years before this current drought. It's been a long rebuild process for them recently, but I think they're making progress and moving in the right direction.
Here's Howard. Good D by Drummond. Here's Caldwell Pope. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
That one is no good.
And for the Pistons, they seem to have a direction and plan now that just wasn't the case before. It won't be easy to get back into the postseason, but I really feel like they are on the right path. Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. It's Harden with the drive. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
The Rockets have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Out to Harris. The second effort. And Morris with the lay-in. Morris has got 6 points.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Detroit leading by 4. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Knocks down the 3 ball. Jackson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Harris. Morris kicks to Harris. Down low. Here's Caldwell Pope. They get it back. Here's Jackson. No good off the back of the rim. For Houston, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Here's Harden. Reverses. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got his second bucket.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Marcus Morris. Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Caldwell Pope. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And that one is good by Beasley. Beasley's got his first 2 points.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Offensive rebound. Tolliver. And he can't bank that one in. Stolen by Jackson. On up the court.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And it's Terry off the drive. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Beasley kicks to Capella. Beasley left side. To the inside. The shot no good. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Pistons lead by 5. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Beasley out there with Houth. And it's Beverly in the point guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. On the inbound. Pistons leading by 5.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
Screen by Howard. Harden.
You know, the defense has really affected their offense this quarter. They're shooting around 33-34% for the game. They had a little more success in the first quarter. Oh! You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
I tell you what, guys, I don't care what the score is. That's the play we're going to remember when this game is over.
Here's Jackson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Jackson's got the lead up to 7 now for Detroit.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Eunice is checked in for Houston. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And good on the basket. Book it.
Advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here's Jackson. Got a hand on it. Jackson against Harden. Kicks it to Eunice. Got it. Good job in the low post. Eunice has got 5.
Yeah, you're making things far too easy for him when you let him get it that deep.
I echo that. Ditto. I mean, you've got to do your work early to try to keep him out of the post. Fight him a little bit. Keep him away from that spot he wants.
Detroit leading by 3. Jackson is doubled. Feeds to Caldwell Pope. And Drummond throws it down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
It's tipped. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. So for the Rockets, Capella's checked in, and it's Brewer in for James Harden. And then for Detroit, Tolliver comes in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jody Meeks in for Reggie Jackson. Beverly, the pass to Beasley. Faded away to create the space. Beasley's got 4 this quarter. It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. Beverly dishes to Brewer. It's his first trip to the line.
That's his first personal foul.
The first one falls for the Rockets. KJ McDaniels comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for the Pistons. Johnson comes in for Harris. They push it up 4 on 3. Terry outside. Passes it to Eunice. 5 on the clock. Here's Brewer. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And another thing they've done right from the start is converting a lot of those second chance opportunities. Those can be hard to come by sometimes.
Howard's checked in for Monty McDaniels. And they're able to recover. That's good. Terry's got 5.
Well, they really cranked up the intensity, tracking down those loose caroms, stacking up second chance buckets in the big pile.
Yeah, and those hustle points are just another reason they're in control.
Houston in the lead on the wing. Brewer. And another 3 for Houston.
He's really starting to ramp it up now, getting involved in the offense here after being held without a point in the first.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Out of bounds, Pistons ball as Detroit keeps possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Detroit making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. .23 seconds left in the first half of the game.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And it's Terry off the drive. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Terry's got 5 points now in the quarter. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
That was perfectly designed.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. The Rockets on top, up by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
He created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Pistons, Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Tobias Harris, and it's Drummond in at the center position.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
It's tipped and stolen by Drummond. And here comes Detroit again with the fast break. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Rockets leading by 3. Kicks it to Harden. Here's Howard. Pass to Ariza. Here's Moniunas. And another 3 for Houston.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3 ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They might be named after a car part, but the Pistons had a rough go of things on the road, Clark. I had to use that. They just couldn't stay consistent away from home.
They couldn't. Only won 14 road games, and that number is not enough to get you to the playoffs.
And guys, for the Pistons' bad road record, a lot of it was due to their poor start on the road. Only managed to win 1 of their first 9 games, and that tends to take the confidence away from a young team.
The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. There's the triple. Howard kicks to Beverly. Here's Ariza. No good with the triple.
You know, the last thing I'll say about the Pistons on the road, typically you have to be close to 500 on the road in order to make the playoffs. The Pistons won 7 in a row at one point on the road, but by then they had fallen too far back.
And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. And the Rockets making a change here. Beasley's checked in for the lead. Beasley with the steal. Baseline jumper. Harden, no good.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
And when they've gone to him, he has got to keep getting him touches.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. The Rockets again can't hit. Caldwell Pope pass to Jackson. And stolen by Ariza. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession. Houston making a switch here. Capella's checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Contavious Caldwell Pope. And it's Jody Meeks in for Jackson. Here's Ariza. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
That's good. Brewers got 8 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Beverly. And the pass to Brewer. And the shot no good, a bit short.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
For the Rockets, it's Daniels. He's checked in for Ariza. And it's Terrian for Patrick Beverly.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key there. Getting point-blank looks, time, and time again.
Left side, Terry. Rebounded by the Pistons. Johnson for three. That is good. Now it's a 6-point Piston lead.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Here's Morris. Here's Meeks. Here's Tolliver. And they convert it last on attempt number 3. Tolliver's got 6 here in this quarter.
A chance here to go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to ramp up the speed and make it happen in a hurry.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Boy, they just cannot take the lid off.
Well, they need a basket in the worst possible way, and they've got to stop this run, and the only way you do that, you got to score yourself.
Beasley for 3, and Baines pulls it down. A 3 from Morris, and released it in time, but it's... And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Pistons lead by 8. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And the final period of play just about to start. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Modiunas and Howard, the post pair. And it's Ariza in the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Pistons leading by 8. Jackson kicks to Morris. And the shot is long. Harden dishes to Ariza.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And some here, guys, the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Well, it's been a super performance from beyond the arc, too. I mean, they've been raining in those threes.
Just a bit of an up and down year for the Pistons last season. Had some long winning streaks and some long losing streaks for first-year head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Yeah, Kevin, some would say it was addition by subtraction because they really went on that big run after they released Josh Smith. 7 straight wins for them at one point, and they also did have some giant lows.
Here's Jackson. The Pistons rebound. Morris kicks to Jackson. To the middle. Here's Harris. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one is on Ariza. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
4th quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Here's Beverly. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game. And, guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Now a timeout called by Houston. Rockets trail by 7. It's Harden with the drive. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. You got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself. I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
Jackson passes to Caldwell Pope. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Ariza goes in. Kicks to Howard. And the layup's good off the glass.
You know, he almost pulled the trigger on that possession, but recognized that there was a better option. That's what we mean by playing for your teammates. And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Harden. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Pistons leading by 5. Jackson dishes to Harris. And stolen by Howard. Ball going up court. And that one's good. Beverly.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Drummond. Great D that time from Howard.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Worth its weight in gold.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
Yeah, I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas. And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Ariza with the bucket.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Monte Eunice. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for the Pistons. Took him no time at all on that one.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Here's Harden. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Harden's got 6 in the quarter. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Harris misses.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games, fellas.
Offensive rebound. Here's Ariza. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his second personal foul.
So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. Kentavious Caldwell Pope. He's checked in for Jody Meeks. And it's tied up with that one.
Clutch free throws there, fellas. This one's a barn burner. Tight as me in an airport lavatory.
And here's Morris for 3. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
I can't believe defenders are not aware. They cannot allow him that position.
Yeah, you're right about that, Greg. He's put a no trespassing allowed on that spot of the floor. It's all
What a bucket at one of the more crucial moments of the game.
How about the cool, collected way in which he delivered it? Clutch.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
And here we go with Morris running it up the court. Howard with the steal. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Harden. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Harris.
He had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is. They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Stolen by Harden. Ariza kicks to Howard. Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're trailing by 2. 7 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
And it all comes down to this. Still enough time on the clock that they should be able to get a real good look.
Yeah, and in this case, you debate often. You hear guys debate whether to take a 2 for the tie or a 3 to win. In my case, with this situation,